straight from Mexico. Come here, bitch. Get that motherfucker, get him. You tried to take my shoe? You wanna be a thief? Fuck him up, fuck him up, fuck him up.
Travis Scott spent the last decade building a career and image off of rage, with his wild performances and concert staging being one of the cornerstones of his artistic legacy. Finally putting together his own annual festival that paid homage to an important part of his childhood, a shut-down amusement park right across the street. His whole inspiration and vision for Astroworld was to bring the joy and thrill of that park back to Houston. And now 15 years after the original Astroworld closed, only 3 years after its inception, the event that was Travis's dream his entire career suffered the same fate as its inspiration. But before delving deeper into how this tragedy is going to change Travis Scott's image, rap festivals, and maybe music forever, I wanted to give my condolences to the families of those lost in the tragedy at the Astroworld Festival last night. I couldn't begin to imagine the pain of sending your children out to go enjoy themselves at a concert and having them go missing the next day, and my thoughts and prayers are with everybody affected. Festivals, and specifically rap festivals, are hectic. They're never civil or even safe. My experience at Rolling Loud in Queens 2 years ago had a crowd that sounded a lot like what people were describing about Astroworld. But crazy, violent crowds that are impossible to move in are one thing, and 8 deaths and over 300 injuries is another thing. The Houston rapper, mogul, and showrunner for the festival is known for encouraging crazy and violent concert crowds, but has been performing for over 10 years and has never had anything quite this bad happen at a concert. All of this came at the worst time for him. After a year of savvy business deals that made him a household name, he just began getting back into music with the beginning of his rollout for his new album, Utopia, marked by his new singles Escape Plan and Mafia. What's eerie about all this is there was no escape plan for the casualties of the chaos of Astroworld's crowd. After his album rollout ad was on the front page of Houston papers yesterday, he's back on those front pages today for a very different reason. The circumstances are as mysterious as they are tragic. Those 8 people dying of cardiac arrest, with reports of mass drug injections and footage of swarms of people breaking down barricades before the festival even started. But the darkest thing, the thing that really put the craziness of the night into perspective, was that the concert continued to go on as people were dropping dead in the crowd. Footage of paramedics who were understaffed and unequipped to handle the situation, taking care of people on the ground while music played on and Travis performed in the background, are the definition of dystopian, and the selfishness of those concert goers who push past people who are at risk just to get closer and closer to their favorite artist is a new level of celebrity worship and obsession. And suddenly all of Travis's lines about losing yourself to the rage and putting it all on the line for the joy of his concert's experience have a dark side you just can't look past anymore. From the beginning, just like all trap music, his music had undertones of embracing the wild, dangerous nature of music and nightlife, with his debut album opening track leaving us with the question, will he survive the rodeo? These undertones of life and death being at stake that were just for the added drama at the time feel so much more sinister now. And with his planned upcoming releases, which this festival will no doubt either delay or put a stain on, it makes me think of the concept of utopias where some activity is used to outlet negative emotions in order to keep society running smoothly otherwise. Like the idea that if a purge can happen on one day, people will stop committing crimes for the rest of the year. This is what makes it so dark to me. Travis is rolling out an album called Utopia and drops 2 singles with an album cover that says, "The true dystopia is here." It's been a theme in his music that music and the night show can be outlets for all the rage and violence of humanity. It's almost like with this rollout he was building his vision of a utopia where the music is the outlet that makes the utopia possible, while the true evil, the true dystopia, was in the music. For the festival on the same night of the release to show the ugliest and most extreme possible side of that rage just puts on full display the consequences of that kind of experience when the proper precautions aren't taken. I'm the last one to think aggressive rap concerts are inherently dangerous or that rap music makes people violent, but this happening in such a preventable context really shook me. Festivals and concerts are what I look forward to the most, and for it to be turning into such a terrifying atmosphere for so many people is tragic. It's tragic for the families, it's tragic for concert lovers, and even though he needs to take some responsibility for this, it's tragic for Travis. This theme and image people really connected to that really brought the world a lot of joy and great music now has a stain on it that can never go away. It's safe to say there probably won't be another Astroworld Festival. After a year of nothing but successes and good moves by Travis, he's now gonna have to reevaluate his entire persona and what the message of his music really should be.
And I'm doing this shit solely for like my fans. I don't really care about nothing else. This ain't for me, man. This is some shit I've been building up with the fans, man. Like I live, eat, I breathe, I sweat for the kids, for the fans. I don't give a fuck about none. I might even care about myself like that. You know what I'm saying? I really, really care about these kids and these people that's walking the earth, like, to making sure that they good and we got something to stand on and some walls to like walk in and live in and rage in and fuck up, and we can create and we can do whatever we want to, make our ideas come alive. Nobody can stop us. And until we got that, yes.
I'm curious to hear all of your thoughts about this, so let me know what impact you think last night's gonna have. It shook up the whole music world, it shook me up, and I think it might not ever be the same.